Yeah, I did change, and I'm really glad I changed.
This one's wife, as ever, lip syncing to the success of others. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. Many years ago, you didn't know who this one's wife was. I should imagine occasionally you wish to be back in that state of affairs. She was a mediocre actress who wasn't well known at all. She appeared on Suits, which was a cable programme not seen by many either. The world, for the most part, had no idea who this one's wife was. She piggybacked off her father in terms of getting acting gigs, and also off her then husband Trevor Engelson. She made out she was a foodie, but she took that from her then boyfriend Corey Vitiello. She'd created the TIG, although it was quite clear, and from later admissions, that she simply scoured the internet for inspiration as opposed to actually going to many of the places that she claimed to have attended and visited. She invited lots of famous people to her wedding, but she didn't actually know them. She then sought out many famous people to surround herself with them, although, as time has gone on, they have vanished, leaving her with the likes of Jamie Three Names and the crying makeup man. She has given speeches where people have proven that she has lifted the words of other individuals. The fridge magnet platitudes that she puts forward are invariably taken from words that have been spoken by other people. She sought to piggyback the USO, much to her embarrassed appearance at the Christmas sing-along. She has sought to commandeer being Nigerian, or is it Maltese? She has worn the clothing that has been worn by others, such as Diana, Princess of Wales, and Catherine, Princess of Wales. Her anecdotes are stolen from elsewhere. The naked noodle Korean spa story, the crawling out of the car, which was taken from an advertisement with Catherine Zeta-Jones. Even her "I wrote a letter when I was 11" was taken from other people because it was a class project and not her solitary pursuit. There were allegations of plagiarism with regard to the Bench of Stench that she wrote. She sought to take over Invictus, an already established occasion that she sought to turn into the This One's Wife games. And we even saw the epitome of her business model on With Love Meghan as she transferred pretzels from one plastic packet to another. Those are just some of the examples that I've plucked from the top of my head, which exhibit the fact that this one's wife is not only empty, but in order to try and make herself passable amongst the world, that she engages in the process of character trait acquisition. As I've explained to you on numerous occasions, character trait acquisition is one of the prime aims of the narcissist. She doesn't know that she consciously does this. Her narcissism directs her to take shards, fragments, elements, pieces of other people's lives and achievements, other people's personality and characteristics, and pass them off as her own. And it causes a revision of history to make her believe that she is the one that has come up with it, that she's the first to dress that way, that she's the first person to talk in such terms, that she is actually 43% Nigerian, or is it 38% or whatever it might be Maltese. The fact is that she, throughout her life, has only ever succeeded by piggybacking off other people. And I use success in the most elastic of terms. Perhaps a better description would be visibility. The fact that she has garnered attention off the back of others. She hasn't achieved anything of her own right, other than, as mentioned, a mediocre acting career. Everything that she has done since has been done as a consequence of marrying Prince Harry, which increased her visibility, and her repeatedly engaging in the narcissistic behaviour of character trait acquisition. She takes what belongs to other people and passes it off as her own. And we have currently the most obvious example of her engaging in such behaviour as a consequence of her as ever endeavour. We learned a little while ago that the tea is actually supplied by Republic of Tea. It was recently revealed over the course of the weekend that the forthcoming wine, which looks like a recipe for hangovers, is actually going to be supplied by the Kunde family winery. It's also the case that the flower petals come courtesy of Republic of Tea. The cookie mix comes from Williams Sonoma, and also the honey, which is provided by Williams Sonoma. Apparently, they also provide it for Bridgerton by way of the Bridgerton honey. It would appear that the relevant suppliers to Netflix have also been organised to be the suppliers for the products that this one's wife hawks. All that is happening is that she has become Meghan Markle. Other organisations create the products, packaging with as ever is slapped on them, and they're sold for an inflated price. Now, it is often the case that certain manufacturers will create products for a range of different suppliers. However, with this one's wife, her business model is precisely that which we saw in With Love Meghan. She takes the pretzels from a packet that she bought elsewhere, she didn't make them, and she pours them into another packet and then passes it off as her own creation. She takes the tea from Republic of Tea and has it repackaged. She does nothing with it. Ditto the cookie mix, the flower petals, the forthcoming wine, and the honey, and presumably in relation to the Solent Red raspberry spread and the new recent apricot spread. She doesn't add a twist. She doesn't come up with anything original. There isn't some interesting recipe. She simply purchases, in effect, the pretzels and moves them from one container to another, brands it as ever, and sells it. That is what she is doing, and it is just emblematic of the way that she has behaved before, taking something that belongs to somebody else and passing it off as hers. Owing to the level of scrutiny that she has, she's once again been found out. She's been found out as not making anything, although she likes to portray the image of being this trad wife busy working away in the kitchen. Although we've never actually seen her cook anything properly, she just tends to rearrange things on a plate. She has an absence of talent. She has an absence of ability. She is, in effect, a fraud. And by virtue of her narcissism, she engages in this repeated character trait acquisition, but thinks that she is new, original, and ingenious. In fact, when it comes to this one's wife, as ever, she is simply lip-syncing off the success of other people. I'm HG Tudor. Thank you for listening.